And welcome back. So I decided to do these just for the lulz. This is a nostalgic car cup, I think is what it is. They only allow cars from I don't know, 1979 and earlier or something like that. And I decided to pull out this bad Larry and check it out against the competition with all the new things that I've learned. And this is the result. I really enjoy this car. I had purchased it to do the America's Cup races, and it did well. Um, had some fun. In fact, one of the earlier videos I posted featured this car, and some of those races, or one of those races anyway. I think I only did one. I had recorded a few, but only posted one. But super fast. Definitely not the fastest of my nostalgic cars. Um, and that's why this is kind of a long video, because it's kind of a side-by-side comparison, same track. Um, I don't know if it's exactly the same cars, but all old cars, and these are all mostly race cars, quite a few muscle cars, like mine. Um, that Pantera was just not letting me pass, but I got there eventually. And here we'll see the blistering speed that this car is capable of. Handles pretty well. I had put some nice new rims on here, the biggest that it would allow. But still, there's definitely some cars, as you'll see, that have some advantages. This pig in front of me, super hard to pass. Takes up a lot of room on the track. And as you can see, I need every square inch of that track because I still have a lot to learn about the racing. But we get it done. As we approach the straightaway, this is a lovely opportunity to pass, and I do. Super fast cars. There's a Ferrari. Outhandles me in the corners, but no straight line speed like this car. Pass a Porsche and a Lamborghini. I think that was a Porsche. No, it's not a Porsche. When we come up to the leaders, we have a Ford GT40 and a Shelby Cobra, I think. Definitely fast cars. And definitely way more maneuverable than my muscle-bound pig. And I made some contact with the Shelby there. I think I did. Definitely cost him his position. But this GT40 tried to muscle me wide, but I had picked my line and stuck with it. And the end result is I just do have the higher top end speed, but they've got the handling, as you can see. I hit a top speed around this corner of around 140, 150, somewhere around there, before I have to slow down. As you can see here, I'm able to pull away in the straights pretty easily from this guy, but when it comes to the cornering, he's right back on me. Luckily, there's not much of a race left to go. Approaching the final lap. Once again, blistering speed as we enter this corner. Hang on for dear life. And while this is a tight hairpin here, this is definitely the tougher part of the corner because you come down the hill pretty fast. And then very tight left-hand turn there. But luckily for the speed, I can pull away quite handily. Long right-hander. Into the straightaway. And we give ourselves a win. On to the next race. This is that Shelby Cobra that they had earlier on. And just to show you the difference in the speed and the handling. Same driver, so same mistakes will be made. But the speed in this car is ridiculous. Moving up quickly through the groups. That Lotus wasn't in the last race, but it doesn't matter. No one was giving way here, so I decided to thread the needle. Gingerly. A little messy, but this car is ridiculously fast, so it's definitely a lot to hang on to. But another GT40, very fast car. Big old American muscle car there. A little French car. Don't know what it's doing here, but maybe it's a Swiss car, I don't know. It's called the Alpine. Maybe it's Swiss. I think it's French though. Doesn't matter. There's my racing twin. So we all approach the big straightaway. Both of us passed that car handily, but my straight line speed can't be matched. This car hit that apex probably closer to, well, hit the beginning of the corner rather before I had to slow down, closer to the 160, 170 range. And surprisingly enough, that GT40 wasn't in the lead. So I was excited to see who would be my main. Got a ways to go before we catch our rival. Should catch him by the end of this straightaway here. You can see him off in the distance there. I'll definitely get him by the hairpin, I think. Look how fast I catch up. Obviously, he had to slow down for the corner. But there it is. Lamborghini. Super fast car. We're pretty well matched as far as handling, but as you'll see here, top end speed. Actually, he stayed pretty close. He must have run into some problems. Maybe he ran off road or something like that, but I definitely widened the gap considerably. If you look in the top right corner, that's the track. I'm the red dot. The blue dot is my closest follower. As we approach the end of lap 5, you can see the distance just grows greater and greater. There he was. Way off in the distance. Let's see if we get another peek of him there. There he is. Growing smaller and smaller in the distance. They're definitely a considerably faster car, obviously, than the Camaro. What that also comes down to the better grip and handling from the lower, wider stance, wider tires, and a ridiculous amount of horsepower. And already approaching the end of lap 6. Final lap for those of you having trouble reading. This is the last place contender here. I think it's 16 positions in this race. Blue flag is given. And that guy's been lapped. Easily done. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.